Now, Zimbabwean politician Job Sikhala, who was freed after spending nearly 600 days in pre-trial detention, says he's not a happy man and has little to celebrate. Hours after his release, Sikhala spoke to the SABC at his home in Chitungwiza on the outskirts of the capital Harare and accused opposition political parties of abandoning him during his time in prison. He believes the current infighting and chaos within the opposition in Zimbabwe as a sign of people who have diverted from the original cause of fighting for the masses. Sikhala says he has not been deterred by his prolonged incarceration. Now, he's vowed to continue his fight for justice for Moreblessing Ali and others who will need his assistance in future.
I feel very disappointed by the infrastructure several governments in Africa have put for the oppression of their citizens. I was not supposed to be in prison from the first place. What has happened is that it was a political ploy that was planned by my oppressors, that I was supposed to be eliminated from the political situation towards the 2023 general elections in Zimbabwe. They simply didn't want me to participate in those elections as one of the major factors on the strategy which has been used by my opponents. Secondly, they also wanted to make sure that the people of Zimbabwe are so frightened by my continued incarceration in prison. My incarceration in prison was used as an act of frightening many Zimbabweans not to be able to make their own political decisions, realizing that one of those leaders whom they believed in was under incarceration. So it was used as a weapon to frighten the people of Zimbabwe into submission and acceptance, and not to be able to have their will expression of what they wanted to be the issue of governance in Zimbabwe. The problems that are currently confronting the opposition political parties in Zimbabwe started during the period when I was in prison. I want to give myself time to reflect of what has been happening and what has been the cause and foundation of the current acrimony among the protagonists in the current opposition political organization. Secondly, I also would like to say it very openly that neither of the current protagonists in the quarrel and conflict within the opposition ranks did absolutely nothing about me when I was under incarceration. There is nothing much that will interest me in their conflict. These are the people who neglected me while I was in prison. They've never raised a finger. There is nothing one which can be pointed out that they did for the sake of my freedom out of prison. It was only left to my family and close friends and allies for them to fight for my freedom. Also, non-governmental organizations and other progressive forces were to put the efforts together to fight for me to be released from prison. There was nothing much that came out from the current contrasting protagonists in the conflict in the opposition party vis-a-vis fighting for my freedom from prison. They did absolutely nothing.